Man, sometimes you just gotta drop the eloquent speeches and give it right to the meat and potatoes, to where the matters are at, and these kids did it, like, in a nutshell.
Okay. I need the president and government in general to do what it was appointed to do. We did not appoint them to listen. We would have selected them to be podcasters if we wanted a listening ear.
We do not want to hear anything we've had before, like coalition, dialogue.
Refusing to acknowledge the fact that this is a political undertaking that we are doing.
It's a dialogue,
yes.
The forum.
Yes.
No, we don't want that.
Yes.
We don't want the president to use any more coins.
The X space was a knee-jerk reaction after we lost several lives.
That word brought, I have an issue with it. We need a lean government.
He is making baby steps in the wrong direction.
Because I've been arrested 13 times, and my message has never changed.
They put all those elderly politicians in their place with what they're going to tell you right now about the new Gen Z stepping up. And I remember I used to have a bumper sticker on my car when I was handling some LL Cool J down the road, going down nice and loud, you know, and I had a bumper sticker that said, if it's too loud, you're too old. Well, if this is too loud for you, read the bumper sticker. Grab a drink. You're going to enjoy this.
There's something the president said when he was dissolving his cabinet. This is what the president said going forward.
I will immediately engage in extensive consultations across different sectors and political formations, both in public and private, with the aim of setting up a broad-based government that will assist me in accelerating and expediting the necessary, urgent, and irreversible implementation of the program that we have, including other radical measures and programs.
Kasmul, is the president listening? Do you feel heard as young Gen Zs?
I don't need to feel heard by the president. Okay. I need the president and government in general to do what it was appointed to do. We did not appoint them to listen. We would have selected them to be podcasters if we wanted a listening ear. A broad-based government is a word salad by the president to try and obfuscate the truth of what it is that they're doing. There's a sinister nature to the political class where he has said that he will consult widely, and he will consult both in public and in private. And the president has shown an affinity to love to consult the clergy and the political class in public, but consult the youth in private. That is why the youth end up in cells, they end up showing up in swamps, dead. And I say this without fear of contradiction, because I have not seen at any particular point the president make a deliberate effort to listen to the youth. And I say this because in the protests and demonstrations that we have led and orchestrated, the people the president has invited to the table has consistently been the clergy. It has been the political class. And that shows me that they are just trying to find ways in which to divide us. They have consistently infantilized this movement. That is why they insist on tagging it the Gen Z revolution. While this is a Kenyan exercise, that's why they've insisted to call us our children. They've insisted to go the route of appealing to us from a parental angle, refusing to acknowledge the fact that this is a political undertaking that we are doing. The president is not elected to listen to us. He is elected to lead a functional government, which he has proven that he is not interested in running. Because, be it as it may that he has dissolved his cabinet, there are several cases on graft and other gross violations of the Constitution that the people in the dissolved positions are getting away with. There are several demands that we have asked for that are going to get away. There is a list, for example, for former CS Ababu Namwamba that we were asking, what is a delegation that is going to Paris? And that is the same, the person who's coming in next will have to account for it, because we have decided that we will hold this particular government accountable. Yeah. So we did not, it is not a matter of listening, it is a matter of good governance. Yeah. And there we do not, I personally do not have such great faith in the current ruling class and by extension the president.
But he had an X space with the Kenyans.
Under what circumstances?
And also he's called for a multi-sectoral forum starting next week from Monday to Saturday.
The X space was a knee-jerk reaction after we lost several lives. No life can be equated, no building is almost as valuable as a human life. We had blood split on Parliament grounds. We had brain cells floating on the tarmac. That's only when that he would come to the X space. And I think the X space was also a very disrespectful move, in the sense that if you say that you're going to appear at a place at 2 p.m. as a president who has all the money, all the technology, all the intelligence at your disposal, and try to posture, and I think it was a very deliberate psychological move where the president was posturing as an old, amiable figure that I do not know how to use this technology, and you would see how shaky the camera was, the angling. I do not think that the president was doing this from a point of honesty. He came to the X space, and the X space, he was supposed to join as a listener. He does not summon us, because what we do on the X spaces, they are our barazas. It is not, and when we claim we're leaderless, we truly are leaderless. When you come as a president, now we have to play respectability politics. When he says that he will hold multi-sectoral discussions starting next week, he has consistently shown that he is not interested in the voice of the masses. And I say this in confidence that the youth is the majority of the population of the country. He has not shown goodwill, because when we say that we want to demonstrate peacefully, when we say that we want the war on graft to be cracked, he does not honor those. We have proven time without number that we can be peaceful. But the directives that the policemen have seem to be very contrarian to the kind of nature of the youth that we have in the country. Okay. So as much as it might seem that he is making steps, he is making baby steps in the wrong direction. If you zoom it out and look at it objectively, the president, I insist, is making these moves out of self-preservation and not the goodwill of the country.
Okay.
Boom! Guys, ladies and gentlemen, comment down below. The kid fire or what? Yeah, I think he's fire. I think he's got something going. I think that exactly, that's when I see these marches now, that's the face I'm going to be picturing. That kid right there as the next president, or at least vice president. When you'll see the other kid, he's fired too. But this is the generation that Ruto is dealing with. And you know what? Yeah, that bar is set really high. I mean, our guy, of course, is the best. Don't get me wrong, we have the best president in the world, and we have the best vice president in the world. Just listen to our president.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president.
Did he just call Trump our vice? Did he just call Trump our vice president? Okay, wait. One of the most powerful leaders in the world. I mean, just watch him. The way he describes Zelensky in this.
Now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. We're going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky. Determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
Whoa, you just called Zelensky Putin?
We're going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky.
Okay, well, maybe America's not doing the best in the politics area. I'm just going to go back to Gen Z Kenya. I mean,
look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president.
What's wrong with old people, huh? What's wrong with old people? Let me know what you think.
Eric, so for you, when we're judging from what Mheshimiwa said, we're talking about the issue of the broad-based government. How should that look like when you envision it?
Trevor,
but she's saying that this is going to end up to be a coalition government.
The word broad already puts me off and begins to anger me. We do not want to hear anything we've had before, like coalition, dialogue. What's happening on Monday is called what?
Dialogue.
No,
the national dialogue.
It's a dialogue,
yes.
The forum.
Yes.
No, we don't want that.
Yes.
We don't want the president to use any more coins on appointing committees and calling upon
sectoral forum.
What are those? We've seen those with the other governments. Trevor, we need to appreciate what's going on in Kenya. Kenya is trending worldwide, being discussed. Kenya was discussed in the Ghanaian and Tanzanian parliaments.
Yeah.
There's a Occupy parliament in Uganda ongoing. The power is now with the people. Trevor, the moment young people entered parliament and sat on Moses Wetangula's chair, there's a lot of symbolism. And that is why the president dissolved the cabinet. that word broad, I have an issue with it. We need a lean government. And the president has an opportunity that his predecessor never had, because they had to appoint people and to reward people. President Ruto could be the biggest winner of the Gen Z's revolution, because he's been given an opportunity to do what the people want, and nobody will judge him for that, and no friend will have any feelings about him for that. What I want to see, the people carrying less burden in terms of taxes. I want to see a leaner government. If we can have fewer CSs, better. Trevor, I think I might be the only person on this forum that may have the moral authority to say what I'm about to say, because I've been arrested 13 times, and my message has never changed. I started this Mandamanos 2 years ago. And if the president asked me today, he has a chance to make history and leave a lasting legacy.
Yeah.
We need a very lean government. And me, I would even suggest, you see what's happening with the Governor Matangi. I would suggest, Mr. President, take your time. Take your time. When you are ready, we need to find a way. Sijui kama tutaenda referendum, we need to cut down on the number of counties and governors from 47 to 24. Trevor, you've traveled. You've been to Texas. It is a state led by a governor. It is twice the size of Kenya. Kenya enters into Texas 2 times, led by 1 governor. The president needs to leave a legacy. We need to cut down the number of governors in this country.
I agree.
I'm very disappointed in my friends. You have seen the work she does. Ni kazi nzuri sana. And the senator. How could we have a clause in the Finance Bill 2024 that taxes pads? Yet we have 47 women reps. They couldn't hold a forum and a manner and raise their voices as 47 women. What are they representing? What are they representing? As do we need women reps? If we had a clause,
that position is even.
We don't need the women reps. You know why? And I can confidently tell you, we don't need women reps, because I had young men talking about pads and discovering pads in the Finance Act. While you have 47 women reps, wanafanya kazi gani? So the president needs to do away with people who need to be done away with.
Okay.
And upper kwa counties, he can go out as one of the greatest presidents in Africa, because the world is discussing Kenya, and he has that opportunity to. Now, we started by dissolving the cabinet.
Yeah.
I know he will dissolve. He will fire all the parastatal heads. Yeah. He needs to fire the IG today.
Prime cabinet.
He needs to fire the IG today, not tomorrow. You know why?
Yeah.
The IG is a soldier. He's a policeman. He understands the nature of his job. He was in the line of fire. People died. Ataelewa President Ruto. He needs to be fired yesterday. Yeah? He needs to be fired yesterday. If the president attempts to meet politicians with the intention to start a coalition government, Ruto will be a one-term president. And utakumbuka isiku. He will be a one-term, and he might not even get to 2027. Do not bring back anything that we've seen before. There's an opportunity for Kenya to be an example to Africa.
Okay.
Our CSs watapointiwa. Upon taking office, they must take a pay cut. So the power is with the people, and the advantage is with the president.
Yeah.
Upon assuming office, you must. Hata uko na yokazi, we are not discussing with you. You must take a pay cut. You are tukujui, Justaki rais appoint watu tunajua.
Okay.
So we
want a completely new set.
It's a new set.
No known faces, nothing.
No, we don't want to see, with all due respect, wataki kuona political nini. This movement, Trevor, you know, sometimes we are too humble. Once in a while you need to nini. Once in a while you need to blow your trumpet.
Too lenient.
It's allowed.
Yeah.
Trevor, sisi ndo tulianza hii kitu bana, unajua. We can on this forum we can say sisi ndo tulianzisha hii kitu bana.
Okay.
Mimi nimeshikwa mara ngapi hata bibi yangu alalangi 11 times. Juzi Trevor, finance bill 2023. I was arrested 8 times. But the message changed, the same thing.
Okay.
Mr. President cut down on the number of governors. I don't know, there's a lawyer here, he should tell us, before the end of your term.
That will require a referendum.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about these guys. I mean, to me, that was wrap it up, Rudo. Bring this kid in. Put him in. Put him in. Put them both in, Rudo. These are the ones you want right here. These guys are just amazing. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Africa, you're jamming. You're doing things that the world never thought we'd see in our lifetimes, but we've been praying for it. So we're going to keep praying for you, keep building you guys up, and keep encouraging you guys to keep moving forward in what you're doing, because what you're doing right now is going to change generations upon generations upon generations. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed night. Bye-bye.